I'm the worst football manager ever, and welcome to the final episode of A Beta Bath City. It's been a wonderful journey, and we have come far in our journey when the beta of FM16 was released, and I started with Bath City just to get used to the game, and we are coming to the end of this season now, and we are going to be wrapping it up with Bath City. If you saw the last episode, then you'll know that unfortunately I didn't make it to the playoffs, but if you want to get a bit of a positive out of this, I haven't been relegated, which is always a positive in my eye. Let me just show you where I'm at in the league. I am currently 10th place, as you can see here, which is pretty good considering our predicted finish was to be relegated. All the board said to me is they wanted me to avoid relegation. So coming 10th in my first season, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm a good 11 points away from relegation, which is good. And actually my final game that I'm playing is against Margate here, who you can see are in 8th place there, just a few points ahead of me. So if I beat Margate in this final game, both of us aren't going to make it, neither of us can make it to the playoffs. But if I beat Margate, I could get up to as high as 8th, which would be pretty impressive. But we'll see how we go. But what I thought I'd do for this final game is, instead of trying to properly full on play my normal tactics, I kind of just wanted to play and show you guys my best 11. Now, often when you're playing lower league management, it's nice to know some of these lower decent players and some of the ones that are worthwhile getting. So I thought I'd just show you some of them. Here's my final 11 for this final game. I haven't actually usually been playing this tactic particularly. This is kind of like a 3-1-4-2. I haven't really been doing it, but I thought for this purposes of this, playing my best 11, I've usually been playing with one striker, and I thought, no, I've got two strikers that I want to play for this final game. So those two strikers are Andy Watkins and David Pratt. Dare to David Pratt. David Pratt is my top scorer of the season. But actually, Andy Watkins, you can see here on their average, their last 5 games average, Andy Watkins has actually been quite a good attacker as well, but he's just sort of sat in the shadow of David Pratt really, because it's been Pratt who's scored all my goals, but Andy Watkins actually has scored quite a few himself. Literally my last game that I just played, if just to catch you up as well, since my last episode against Eastbourne where I lost 2-1 at that, I played Hayes, and I'll show you what happened here in this Hayes game, because I won 2-1, which is so good, but I was 1-0 down after 26 minutes. Danny Barrow, my winger, scored a complete fluke from the sideline, trying to cross it, and it ended up going in. And then anyway, David Pratt here, if you can see my team there, was on about a 6.5. Wasn't doing too great. So on about 70th minute, I took him off, and then 14 minutes later, must have been one of his first touches of the game, Andy Watkins comes in and scores the winner. So I'm like, that kind of sums up his season really. When he came on as a sub, he did so well for me. So I thought, with that in mind, he's got to be in my starting 11 as my best 11 really. Then I've got this Danny Barrow on the left, Jonathan Davies on the right. I'd particularly recommend Barrow. Davies has been okay, but not that great. But anyway, it's worth having a little look at Barrow, I would say. Then I've got Frankie Artis in the middle here, who's been a nice player for me as well. Let me just show you. He's probably one of the highest valued players I've got at Bath, but his value has increased. So if you get him at the beginning of the season, then you might be able to get him a bit cheaper. But just a solid standard midfielder really. And then not just dare to David Pratt, but dare to Ben Adelsbury. He is my centre mid defensive midfielder, amazing little player, has just got better and better and better this season. He's now worth 10.25k, which he was worth far less than that at the beginning of the season, I'm sure of it. But his main thing that he's got, as you can see here, 13 for long shots. If you want a player who will just sit on the edge of the box and get it and shoot, just encourage him to shoot, and he scored quite a few goals here. Look, you see he scored 6 goals for me, and nearly all of them were literally from the D of the 18-yard box. It was great to see. So Ben Adelsbury in the middle there. Then I've got Joe Tabiri as my sort of defensive midfielder. Now he has actually got the highest average rating for me this season. I'm interested to know who at Bath City is going to get player of the season, because I would say there's a few contenders for it, but Joe Tabiri is definitely one of them. He has played in this defensive midfielder position. You can see his technical ability isn't up to much, but his mental ability and physical ability is pretty good for this standard. You've got a couple of 13s, 14s, 12s in there, and I think I'm pretty impressed by that. So he's played quite a few games, 21 games, about half the season he's played. And I've been very pleased with him when he's come on, particularly in that defensive midfielder role. In the centre, he's sort of a ball-winning midfielder, really. Okay, and then my two left and right back have been this guy, Andy Gallinar. In honesty, he's not the best. I've just been really lacking on left backs, so he's played a lot of the games, and he's stepped in when David Pratt, my captain, was injured for a while. Gallinar is my vice captain, and he stepped in and did all right. And then you've got Bowman on the right there, and again, I wouldn't particularly rate the Bath defence, so don't spend too much time looking at them. But the centre defender that I've got is Jamie Collins, who's actually vaguely new to the side. He's played a lot of games this season, but for me, he hasn't actually played that many. I only probably got him in the last couple of months of the season, but since then, he's like at least had man of the match twice or three times. And his average rating, here you go, from the last 5 games, 7.48. It's so good. So yeah, he's been a great player for me. Actually scored, if you saw the last game, he scored a beauty of a goal in the last game. So yeah, he's not a bad player at all. But anyway, shall we crack on with this final game with Beta Bath City? I want to end it well for you boys and girls who are watching. I want to end it strong. I want to end it solid. So let's see how we get on. As you can see here, I've even put some players in subs who are sort of just short of hitting the top 11 as well. So Steve Phillips in goal. I've decided to go with Josh Barrington. Now, Josh Barrington is a young keeper. And between Barrington and Steve Phillips, they've both been in goal for me, both played in the starting 11, probably played about half the games each. Josh Barrington is valued higher, but he's only 19 years old, as you can see here. And actually, when you look at the stats of these players, Steve Phillips has actually got generally higher stats. And ultimately, he's 37 years old. He's a lot older and is going down in his ability and stuff. But they've both been good keepers. But I thought I'd go with Josh Barrington because I would say he is a good young keeper. So maybe if you're needing a keeper and you're managing a club this low down, maybe Josh Barrington might be good for you. But anyway, on other subs, I've got Jack Smith, a great defender. I've got him on loan and he's been brilliant. Unfortunately, he's been injured for the last couple of months of the season, so he hasn't played as much. And he has failed his fitness test, but returning to full fitness in 5 days, so I'm like, I might just bring him on as a sub for the final 20 minutes or something. And then you've got Kington and Hemmings, two good attacking midfielders, and Frankie Mazondo, a really young centre back there. I think he's a regen, so you probably won't catch him on your game. But anyway, that's my team. So I'm going to submit them, and we're going to crack on with this game against Margate. We are the favourites by a long way to win this one, even though Margate are ahead of us. So come on, Bath, we can do this. We can finish this season well. I'll be so happy. I'll be really pleased if we can just get a victory in today's game. We're in the black and white. We're at home, Twerton Park. Apparently there were like 850 tickets sold, which is a couple of hundred more than normal. Everyone's coming in for the final game of the season. They want to see good game. They want to see goals. They want to see a happy Bath side. So let's see how we get on. Okay, right. Also, just to let you know that this week coming, the Gloucester Gamble, my new save, will be starting this week on YouTube. So straight after this, I'm going to be pressing on with the Gloucester Gamble, finding out what my team's like and seeing how we get on there. Just to let you know, I'm going to go counter-attack. I'm not going to go full-on attacking at the moment, just because I'm not sure about this tactic, like the setup I'm using. So I'll go counter, a bit easing off at the moment. Maybe second half I'll push it forward. But let's encourage the team. We're the favourites out there. Let's get out and press me. Let's get out there and give them something to cheer today. Come on, Bath. Come on, Bath. So yes, Gloucester Gamble starting this week on YouTube. I hope you're looking forward to it. And then my other thing that I still haven't decided yet is I'll probably have a second save as well that I'll probably use for Twitch a lot more and stream some of that. So any ideas for that? Thanks to Thomas, who has commented on my last video with a whole bunch of ideas for teams that I could manage. FC United's in there, Wimbledon's in there, Brighton's in there, I think. Bolton maybe are in there. Oh, meanwhile, we're on the attack. Sorry, I missed that. Bowman plays it into Tiberi. Come on, Tiberi, do something with it. Ben Aylesbury. Here's Davies. Through to Watkins. Oh, challenged. Yeah, they've claimed that back. They've claimed it back. Yeah, so a whole bunch of ideas there that Thomas left on the comments. Thanks for those ideas. Really appreciate it. If you have any ideas, then I would love to hear them. Please leave a comment on this video just with who you might want me to manage. Anything like that. I'd be fascinated to hear some ideas. Meanwhile, they're on the attack. Margate. Oh, and they've scored. Oh, 7 minutes in. Christian Jolly. 27th goal of the season. Boom. That is a good season from him, isn't it? He's probably the only one that scored for him, really, at this, like, 27 goals. So Jolie scored. I'm sorry if it jumped a little bit there in my video. My battery, not battery, the SIM card in my thing ran out, so I had to take it out, pause everything, freak out, and be like, freak it out, oh no. So I've changed the memory card now, so we've got a fresh memory card, so hopefully it'll work now. Meanwhile, I'm 1-0 down. This is not good. Barrington with the ball there, pumps it up the field to Frankie Artis. I don't want to lose 1-0 on the final game. This isn't good. 10 minutes in. Come on, we can do better than this. It's Jolly again. Oh, this 2-0. Second goal. Oh, man, this is not good. Oh, mate, we've got a lot of work to do now. 2-0 down after 11 minutes. Crikey. You know what? Maybe I should just go for what I've been playing all the time rather than doing some sentimental best 11 thing. Do you know what I mean? These are supposed to be my best players. And they're doing rubbish. Oh dear. I've had most of the possession, but I just haven't had any shots yet. That's the problem. That has been my issue. 65% of the possession here. But I just need some goals. I just need some goals, my friends. Okay, 21 minutes gone. It's still looking a little bit ropey at the moment. Not pushing forward. So, would love to hear from you, any of your lower league players that you have noticed so far, particularly if you're in the Vanarama National or Vanarama North or South. I recognise there are also like the lower leagues as well, and there are higher leagues. And I find with Wonder Kids are great if you've got loads of money, but for LLM saves, they are no good at all. Oh my goodness! Meanwhile, we are 3-0 down, and Jolly's got a hat trick. Oh no, it's not. It's just his second, but still 3-0 down. All right, we're going to have to change things about now, people. We're going to have to change things about. So we are just, you know what I'm going to do is I'm skipping. I don't care about their things there. What I'm going to do, make changes. We're going to make a whole bunch of changes here. But for some reason I can't get onto it. There we go. Right, come on. Overview. We are going to change the formation. We're going back to what I know. We're going back to what I know, which I can't even remember what my standard one is. This one. Here we go. We're going back to the usual. Going back to what we know to be good. Okay, so we'll bring back in Ben Aylesbury back into there. We've got Artis in there. We're going to put Tiberi there. Davis and Barrow can swap there. We have got this guy Watkins. You know, I'm going to keep two strikers though, just because. Well, ultimately I've got to score goals, so we're going to need some strikers, aren't we? So Tiberi is going to play there. So Tiberi is out of position, which isn't ideal. Which is not ideal at all, is it? But this. Okay, what I'll do is I'll bring. Yeah, we'll do a bit of that. We'll do a bit of that. And we're going to have to go into control. We're going to have to start attacking, and let's see what happens. I can't lose 3-0 on the last game of the season. This is not good. Surely not. They can't let this happen. Football Manager can't do this to me. It'll be so sad to end it like this. You know, what a way to end. Lost 3-0. Brilliant. Good. Glad I played that game. Brilliant. 41 minutes. Looks like we're going to head into half time, and I'm going to give them a massive telling off, and I'm going to go aggressive. I don't care if it's the last game of the season. I actually want some effort being put in. There we go. Okay, so this is not good. We're the favourites, and this is just not good. You're much better than this, but you're not playing like it. Stop letting yourselves down. Show a bit of desire. This is it. There we go. Good. Looking fired up. Come on, boys. Let's get out there. Start attacking them. Let's smash it. Let's smash it. If we can get even a draw now, imagine that. Finishing 3-0 down, 3-all up. I'll be happy. Come on, boys. Spray it out wide, Platt. Don't have to hold on to it. And he lost it. Oh, he lost it. He lost it. Oh. So tempted to rage quit. If I could be honest and tell you how many times I'm tempted to rage quit is too many to count. Too many to count. Meanwhile, Jolly's still on the ball. I don't think we've tackled him once. I don't think we've ever tackled this guy. Ben Adelsbury. If anyone can do it, Ben Adelsbury can do it. Come on. Davies. Back to Tabiri. Oh, he's played it to no one. Played it to no one. Oh, here they are on attack. Is Jolly again. Plays it across Ladapo. Oh, wide. Oh, this is so gropey. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I am going to change the tactics to 4 at the back. I'm going to take I'm going to take Tabiri off. He's only playing a 6. To be honest, most of my players aren't playing well today, but we're going to take off Joe Tabiri particularly, put on Jack Smith, who I know he's a bit injured and everything, but one last game with him, and he's a good defender, and he's only got to play 35 minutes, so he can do it. I trust the guy. I trust this guy, and I like him, and I want him to have a bit of a run around. You know what I mean? So, I want to give him some time. 54 minutes gone. We are still 3-0. What a disappointing end to the season. At least you know I'm not like faking it, you know. At least David Pratt. Oh! It cannon back off the crossbar. Oh! You know, just a goal from David Pratt on his final day of the season would be a great way to end, even if it is a 3-0 loss. Come on. Just one goal, boys. Just one goal. We've still got so much possession. 59% of the possession. We've had 6 shots, only one of them on target. That's part of the problem. Okay. Neither strikers are having a good game. I should have just stuck to my usual. But yeah, as I was saying, at least you know that I'm not cheating. Maybe some people might cheat and just put the games that are winning and keep quitting until they win. I don't know, maybe they would. Meanwhile, Andy Watkins has had a bit of a knock. That's not good. I'm not going to take him off because I don't really care about what happens next. I would obviously in real life. You know, I'm not some weird kind of psychopath that enjoys having injured players. He's got a gashed leg. Term gashed leg sounds a bit horrible, doesn't it? It's not my favourite term. Anyway, 83rd minute. Come on, just push forward something. Just push something forward. Let's have something at the end of this game. 2 minutes to go. Anything. There's a shot on target. Would be nice. A highlight would be nice. But it doesn't look like we're going to get one. Oh, this is a shame. Here they are. Margate. Bowman's clearance. Through to Watkins. Oh, we've lost it. Blow the whistle, ref. That's the end. End of the game. 3-0. It's a poor end to the season, really. Not what I wanted. You know, I'll just say I have nothing to mention. Nothing. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it with them. It's a shame. They don't know I'm about to retire. So, you know, for as far as they know, they've actually had a good season. And so I suppose now is the time that I should start thinking positively. Sure, we had a bad finish to the season. Losing 3-0 is not what I wanted, and no way near where I sort of wanted to be. But let's have a little look. Finished 13th, so I didn't even finish in the top half. That's so gutting. But never mind. 13th place, 57 games, won 16, lost 17. so middle of the road. It's crazy. All these players got relegated. They were devastated by the result. I can imagine, though, to be fair. I can imagine they were devastated. But that brings the season to a close. But before we go, I want you to know who gets my player of the season and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just jump ahead and we'll take a look at that before I wrap this all up. Okay, so taking a look at the team and how we've been doing, the Player of the Year hasn't been announced yet for my team, but you can see here. I'll just show you some of the player stats there. You got David Pratt there, my top goal scorer, 16 goals, highest average rating, as I said earlier on, Joe Tabiri. Obviously, it's dropped a little bit now, under 7, because he had a bit of a bad game in that last game, but 6.98, it was pretty good. Danny Barrow, that winger, scored 12 assists, best pass completion, Andy Watkins, that other striker that scored a few as well. Most Player of the Match awards went to Danny Barrow, the winger again. So I'm not sure. It would probably be a bit of a toss-up between David Pratt and Danny Barrow getting Player of the Season for me. For those of you who've been watching all the episodes, would love to hear your favourite player. Who is your memorable player that you're going to go home and be like, that is who made Bath City what they were. That is who it is. And obviously, just to put it, you can't say me, all right? I know you want to say me. I know you want to say, oh yeah, it was him who did it. But no, in this instance, who are the players? Who are the players that made the impact? But anyway, so that will do for me in this final episode of A Beta Bath City. Thank you to everybody who has watched any of the videos. If you have subscribed in this last series, I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for my upcoming save, Gloucester Gamble, which will be starting this week. So make sure you stay tuned. If you do like this content, then do hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, then what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. Also, if you have any thoughts in terms of how I can be a better manager. Ultimately, I'm not that great at this game. As you can tell, I came 13th, do you know what I mean? So give me a heads up, give me a comment, leave a comment below. Who was your favourite player and what can I do better as a manager as well? But that is it for me. I think what I'll do is I will sign off. I will say see you later, and all I've got to do now is click that retire button. There we go. Do you want to resign as Bath, manager of Bath, and retire from football? Yes, I do. See you later.